Hey friends, Paloma here and welcome to the Bates House. Today I'm coming at you with a product review featuring the Comfee air fryer oven. They reached out to me to review this, so let's take a look together and see what we think. Starting off, the packaging is awesome. It's very well protected in shipping. It does come with a few pieces included, including the baking tray, along with some small booklets. The first one that you get is your quick start guide, your registration form, your attention to overheating paper, recipe book, and instruction manual. The package has large styrofoam pads so that your machine is very well protected during shipping, which I thought was fantastic. It does come with a few of the racks inside of the machine, but at first glance, this is a very nice and eye-catching piece of equipment. I thought it was very well put together. It looks very sleek, and it has more of a tall and narrow shape rather than a short and wide shape, which to me was kind of unique compared to other ovens. Inside your oven, you receive your baking tray, baking rack, crumb tray, air fryer basket, rotisserie fork, and rotisserie kit. All of the vent holes are all around the different sides of the oven, and the inside looks so sleek. Now, if you follow me for some time, you guys know that I've actually mentioned getting a stainless steel style oven air fryer because I actually have a different brand and it's a very good quality, well-known brand, but it's apparently rated the worst for Teflon. That is why I wanted to convert to stainless steel. I was super excited when they reached out to me, and I was very hopeful that this oven would be of really good quality and function as it's supposed to. So of course, stick around because we're going to be testing it out in 2 different sessions. They call this one the 12-in-1 Versatile Helper because it serves 12 different functions, including air fry, air broil, air roast, toast, rotisserie, bake, pizza, cookies, warm, proof, dehydrate, and reheat. Now, what it says about the temperature is that it is wide and precise temperature control, adjustable temperature range from 80 to 450 degrees. That's pretty awesome because you are able to proof in this oven, which is great for the bakers. Now, it also gives you some information on overheating and how proofing works. So be sure to read over that or keep it close so you can reference it every now and again, because that's pretty important if you're going to be using this for many different purposes in, say, your baking station like I am. And of course, they make registering your product easy because you can do it digitally without having to send anything in. I do suggest keeping your quick start guide close to the actual appliance because it's very good for referencing different information on the fly. Like, it doesn't take a lot of overcomplicated searching to look at the details. Now, it is double-sided, so the front and back both have very useful information for you to be able to access at a glance. And they give you a cookbook with very easy to understand recipes. And I really like the way they kind of break down the necessary tools and steps at the very bottom of each recipe for you. It kind of helps simplify the thought process looking at each one of the recipes. It kind of tells you how long it's going to take, what tools you're going to need from your machine, and so on. And I think it's very simple, self-explanatory, and easy to understand with really good imaging as well for these recipes. I really like this book. And of course, you want to read through your instruction manual, even though it's not very fun and it's kind of like a trial and error thing for some of us who just dive headfirst into things. There are some very important pieces of information in here that you kind of need to make sure you do first before actually using your machine. Now, there's a section in your instruction manual that says before first use, and it gives you several instructions on what to do before actually using the machine to make your meals. It says to unpack the electric oven and remove all packing materials, which we did. Wash the baking rack and baking tray in warm soapy water. Wipe the oven with a damp cloth or sponge and dry it before using it. You're also going to make sure that your oven is on a flat surface and make sure that your plug is plugged into the proper outlet. And we're going to make sure that our crumb tray is properly installed underneath the heating pipes. Now, to be sure that we burn off any excess chemical, we're going to go ahead and put the function to bake. And we're going to set the temperature by putting the temperature button on 450 degrees. And we're going to set the time to 15 minutes and hit start. Now, let's talk a little bit about what they say about this machine. So they say that it is an intuitive design with rich accessories. The knob controls temperature and timing with ease and accuracy. Product comes with 6 accessories, which I've already laid out for you guys. And I do have to agree on the design element. This appliance looks very nice. Everything moves like butter. You turn that knob and it is super smooth. The door, when it opens, very smooth, very lightweight, but the heat doesn't come out. The buttons are very nice to push, and the beep sound isn't too loud and obnoxious. It's actually very clean and loud enough just to get your attention. Now the fun part, we're actually going to test the air fry function. Before we do that, I wanted to go over what it says about the air frying. So it says healthy air fry, 360 degree heat circulation technology allows for the heat to be distributed evenly throughout the cavity, resulting in crispy and golden results, 85% less fat than deep frying. Now, we all know that air frying is awesome because you use a lot less oil. You can get crispy skin and top to every piece of meat that you put in there. It has a nice crisp and the meat stays juicy. My problem is with my current air fryer, the pan is like a deep bowl. When I throw everything into the bowl, I have to go back and stir it, make sure that everything gets crisp. In a flat air fry basket like this one, that problem is solved and it holds quite a bit of product. So another thing that the brand says about this fryer is that it is a family size capacity extra large double layered cavity of 26.4 quarts. It can accommodate 6 slices of toast and a 12-inch pizza at the same time. Helps easily handle family parties and feasts. And what does that mean for us? It means that we can air fry 12 drumsticks all at the same time without having to stir them, flip them, do anything with them for the 40 minutes that they are going to be in there. That is perfect. Now, on the day that I used this for the test, I put the chicken to air fry and left it alone. I didn't mess with it. I was super busy making party decor decorations, so I needed this machine to do the cooking for me. I have to say, I absolutely loved the way everything turned out. I let this chicken sit in the air fryer for quite a bit of time after I was done doing whatever I needed to do to get the sides started, and it came out just fine. It was crispy on the outside and moist on the inside. The second test run that I was doing was making pies and pastries. I'm a huge baker. I love my vintage baking station, and this is actually where this appliance is going to go. So I need to make sure that it can function in this space. I decided to go ahead and bake up several pies and some sweet empanadas and some pie crust cookies and give it a big test. For starters, it has a preheat function. You set it to preheat and it only takes a couple of minutes. It preheats so fast that I actually had to turn it off and preheat whenever I was actually closer to being ready because it just preheats way too quick. And the temperature I was working with was 425 degrees. I was making 2 pies at that temperature, and then the empanadas were 375. What I really enjoyed was the rotating of each product. So typically I try to rush myself to get everything done to go into the oven automatically in one batch. And I tend to cut corners on presentation or quality because I'm trying to get it all put in the oven together so that it doesn't get mushy. But what I saw myself doing was kind of pacing myself, caring more about the presentation and quality and doing one item at a time, which was one pie by itself, another pie by itself, but the little pie crust cookies I would just pop in between with the pies and get those cooking. Also with the empanadas, I found myself making them better and putting them into the oven, letting them get nice and toasty while I was making another batch, and I could just rotate them out. Never did the temperature around or in the surrounding area get hot, and we're in Texas. It's already hot in my baking island, but it wasn't ever warm enough to make it uncomfortable in the space. One of the things I was kind of worried about was the pies being too close to the top. I kind of felt like it was a high temperature and it would possibly burn the crust, but it did not. I just did the same thing I would do in a standard oven, and I just covered it with foil at a certain time, and they turned out perfect. As far as price comparison goes, I can tell you that it is over $100 less than what my air fryer that I currently have was. And at the time of this video, if you click on the link below, I do believe it's either on sale or you can use my promo code if it's not and get you $30 off of your purchase. Well, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. A huge shout out to Comfee for allowing me to do this review. Honestly, I do hope that it was informative and will help you make a decision on whether or not you want to get one yourself. If you did enjoy or find it helpful, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite feature was. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell to be notified of new videos whenever I post. You can follow me on Instagram at the Bates House, hashtag Bates House, pretty much anything, and we will be there. But for now, guys, that's it for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!